Robert, what happened to you that day at the Empire State Building?
Well, what happened was I was at work and I was shot by the police officers. You know, they was trying to shoot somebody else and they shot me by accident. You know, they were trying to kill some guy who already killed somebody from what they were saying, but I guess the police officer missed the target and shot me while I was working.
How surprising was that to you? I mean, have you seen anything like this before?
I mean, it was so surprised because I mean I felt shocked because like you get shot in front of Empire State Building, like like that's kind of like it scares me because it's supposed to be the safest place on our block. So if you getting shot up there, it's like like I dream about this every night. Like and I can't even believe that I'm a victim of of a crime like this. So it's kind of like surprising to me. I still can't believe it. You know.
Why can you not believe it? Like, is this something that happens all the time in New York? Like, how would you describe it?
Well, actually, like I can't believe it because well, it do happen a lot of times. A lot of times you see police kill innocent people and stuff like that. So it's like I've never ever thought I was gonna be a victim, because any place where there's crime, you would never find me there. So I happened to be there that day. So it's kind of surprising, like like out of everybody on 34th, just me, like like it's kind of like surprising and scary.
What's your perception of that event at the Empire State Building?
Well, this event is a culmination of we see a proliferation of the discharge of police weapons in New York City, in Manhattan in particular. Nobody, including myself, is pointing the fingers at the police officers and saying that they don't have the right to protect themselves. Of course they do. The question, rather, is whether or not they carried out the discharge of their weapons with proper police procedure and using proper professional judgment. Nobody really is looking into these questions, and it's time to take pause to do our investigations, which we are doing, as well as the police department, determine whether or not those the judgments were correct, and whether or not the police were carrying out professionally what they were supposed to be doing at the time, given the circumstances.
What do you feel needs to happen in regards to training of the police officers?
Well, that's a good question. Apparently, the training of the police officers are identical whether the police are operating in Midtown Manhattan, one of the most populated, densely populated places in the world, as it is in some place out in Nassau, Suffolk County. The training has to be beefed up. I believe that they're not looking at the training of the police department, especially in face of all these guns that are out there, and the perpetrators are using them, and they're not beefing up the training, and that has to be changed.